Look at it. Okay, let's look at it. Welcome. You wanna escape Windows, huh? Because 30% of our code is written by AI, huh? Well, I've got you covered. You've heard of the snazzy Linux and how it's got a million trillion different variations? Well, everyone says that the beginner thing is Mint, and you know what? You should grab yourself some Linux Mint. It's pretty good. It's pretty simple. Just Google Linux Mint. It'll bring you here. I would have Googled it on stream, but I'm afraid of what my suggestions would be when I type it. And we'll get to these bad boys in a second. It's easy peasy, all right? You just click download and it brings you to here. We got three different options. We got Cinnamon, XFCE, and Mate. Uh, Cinnamon, it's their flagship. It's what they push the most. It's pretty clean. It's pretty simple. That's what we're gonna grab. XFCE is meant to be like easy on your potato. So maybe take that if that's in your big concern. But and Mate is it is. I don't know what it is, but it is. Anyway, you're just gonna click here, right? It's gonna give you some options. I think you can just click this button. I forgot what I clicked. It's gonna give you a torrent link. You click this, gives you a torrent link, right? We'll visit that in a second. And to download that, you're gonna need Qubit torrent. You just Google it. Go to download. Click this button. It'll take you to uh, whatever the website's called and download it for you. I don't want to click it because I already have it and I don't want to download it again. SourceForge, that's what it's called. Yeah, you're going to need Qubit for it. Now, let me clear up something real fast because I think some people have a misconception that torrenting is illegal, and it's not. Torrenting is just a method of file transfer. What's what's illegal is the content that you acquire. Downloading something off the internet is totally fine. Downloading the movie that just went into theaters off the internet, that's not fine. Torrenting a couple images from your friend from his like camping trip, that's okay. Torrenting the movie that just went into theaters, that's not okay. Yeah, you wouldn't torrent a car. Well, the ISPs are stupid. Torrenting is not illegal. They get trigger happy. And look, it'll only be for a few seconds. Just grab it for a second, right? Go to your downloads folder, double click this. Yeah, I already have it, but then it wouldn't give you this. It would just do it and then I moved mine and then once it's done, just stop it and then come down here and close Qubit torrent, right? It shouldn't take that long. You just give it like 5 minutes, let it torrent, and then you can trash Qubit torrent if you want. And then you'll get the Linux ISO. I would download it, but I don't want to screw up my stream at the moment. And then, right, you're also going to need this bad boy, Balena Etcher. So this, I should have opened it first. All right, after being secretive for no reason, you open Balena Etcher, right? You flash from file, you pick your ISO you just downloaded, plug in your favorite USB that's 8 gigabytes or bigger, and then flash that bad boy. And it's easy peasy. The flashing takes a little bit, but easy peasy. And then you want to plug it into your computer. This is all no commitment right now. What I'm showing you. You plug it into your computer. You're going to want to restart, right? Imagine me restarting. I'm using stupid stinky VirtualBox for the sake of demonstration. It's gonna okay. It's not gonna bring the screen up. Hold up. Let's back it up a little bit. Shut up. Close. Power it down. Yeah, shut up. Back it up a second. Because after you restart, you gotta go to your BIOS screen. It's gonna Okay, for my motherboard, I have an Asus motherboard, so it pops up the Asus logo on screen. It's like press F2 or delete to enter the BIOS screen. That's what you're gonna want to look for. I think delete works for like most things, and F2 works for most things. Just make love to those buttons and hope you get in, or pay attention and see what it wants you to press. And then once you're in your BIOS, just poke around a little bit, look for the boot order, and you want to put your USB first, and then after you boot into the USB, then you get the Mint screen, and you just want to start Linux Mint. Just pop on in there. I didn't give this thing the most resources because I have OBS running, so it might chug a little. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm vile. You know, imagine this is your potato. It just takes a little second to load, right? Sometimes days. This person, stop calling me a person, dude. I don't like that. We're not gonna come in here. You guys see my mouse? Isn't it cute? All right, we're in. Now, look at this. It's not so scary, right? This looks familiar, huh? It's a start bar. It's got the clock and everything. It's even got a start button. What's the hate? And it's mint, right? Mint kiss. So true. But it's great. It's, people might meme about Linux and its scary terminal needing to do stuff, but you don't even need that. Sure, you could, if you're brain enough, it's not really that hard. Honestly, the Linux terminal is easier to use than the Windows terminal. You can download stuff that way, but if you're looking for stuff, there's an easier way to do it. It's right here. It's the software manager. This is going to take a minute to load. It's like an app store. I'll show you in a second when it loads. It even comes pre-baked with Firefox. So you don't have to use stinky Microsoft poopy browser, or whatever it's called. Stinky Microsoft poopy browser is the canonical name. But once this loads, I'm going to blame VirtualBox for being also poopy. It even has Uno. It even has Uno. Don't use Opera GX, actually, because Opera doesn't work on Linux. But look, it's an app store. Look, it just popped up. You want Discord? You want to talk to your friends? Just click install. I would do it, but I'm afraid of freezing up the VM. Easy peasy. Then you'll have Discord. What, you want a game? Dude, we got that. No screenshots available? You're lying. You have non-Steam games? Is Lutris on this? Hell yeah, it is. Grab Lutris. It's like a launcher for non-Steam games. You don't like Firefox? I'm pretty sure Brave's on here. Yeah, you can use Brave. See, you don't even have to touch the scary command line. Sure, I could do sudo or sudo. It's super user do. It's like run as administrator. You can do sudo apt is your package manager on Debian based Linuxes, which Ubuntu is based on Debian and Mint is based on Ubuntu. Just know that this is what you do, and then you do install, and you can do Steam, and it's like, yeah, let's do that. You want to do that? You want to continue? I'm gonna not continue because I don't want to freeze up the system. Like, you can do it like that. You don't even have to touch the software manager if you don't want to. But if this is not your style, say less. It's in here. It's like the Microsoft Store, except it doesn't suck. And then we've even got, where is the system monitor? It's not as, or rather, maybe I just don't know how to use it, but like, this is essentially a task manager. You can click something and kill it. You can monitor your resources. There's this too. See, isn't it familiar? Doesn't this place look familiar? It's even got Gparted, which is like the, what's it called on Windows? Disk management? Yeah, it's just called disk management. It's got that. It's really not hard or complicated. Like, you'll find a lot of familiarity here. Oh, time shift. Yes, I want to talk about time shift. I was trying to set this up and it was kind of not letting me. Like, I was trying to get past here and it wouldn't let me because it wasn't recognizing any system. Also, probably because it's not installed. But then I clicked this and then it came here and then I got to show things. So you'd want to select where you want to save your things, and you can do a schedule. This keeps like snapshots, like restore points in Windows. I have daily and weekly set on my Linux installation. And then you would just okay that, and then it would take snapshots for you. And if something ever goes wrong, you just restore it and back it up. I think it also automatically makes a snapshot if you do updates. Speaking of updates, you want to do updates? Update manager. IALU. Easy peasy. And you know what? If there were updates, you would just click install updates and it just runs that thing. You can just, like, you don't have to restart an update. You don't have to shut down an update. Windows, it's not like Windows that's going to cry and be like, I need to update. No. You click install updates. You can minimize this and go back to Steam and play your game or whatever. It may finish and be like, hey, you need to restart in order for X, Y, and Z to fully kick in, but it's not going to force you to do anything. It's a good fella. There's also the driver manager. I don't think it's going to let me do anything because I'm in a virtual machine, but like if you're on an NVIDIA card like me, pop this bad boy open. It'll look for your NVIDIA drivers or like the open source ones, and bada bing, bada boom, get your NVIDIA drivers up and running. It's really simple. It's not too complex. There's all kinds of familiar looking things in here. Look, it's even got the open office suite for you, open source office suite. I think Mint is a rolling release. It either is or it's like on the latest Ubuntu release. I don't know. You can look at the page. Let's figure it out together. Why don't we? Uh, FAQ. How can I upgrade it? About Linux Mint. It might not be rolling release, but it's on like the newest version, and it doesn't have like a super slow release schedule. And if you ever have updates, just update manager. I don't think unless it's like a really big version change, you would need to like reinstall or something. It's not going to be like going from Windows 10 to Windows 11, right? And according to Mika, the latest version of Cinnamon is based on the latest version of Ubuntu. So like you're going to be pretty up to date. At least I think that's the latest version of Ubuntu. But yeah, I mean, you had to learn Windows, and you've got the fundamentals down. Like, yeah, I'm sure if you want to get away from it, this is pretty friendly. The online communities are pretty friendly. You can come here and learn. The like most complex things are going to be anything that requires the terminal or getting used to having to find Linux packages for things. Ooh, excuse me, my bad. Since you're on Mint, you're gonna want to look for any packages that are like .deb instead of like .exe or something, right? Or ooh, excuse me, I'm sure a smarter person could explain that better, but like it's got stuff for you. It's got things. It's even like quite customizable. It's not like super duper customizable like a KDE desktop environment is, but it's pretty customizable. What am I looking for? System settings? Deb. Yes, because it's so Mint is based on Ubuntu and Ubuntu is based on Debian. So Deb. Sorry, you put dolls to sleep. It's okay. I'm about to wrap this up and we'll get to dooming. But yeah, here's all your system settings as you would find them in Windows. You can customize things if you want. I'm a big fan of customizability. That might open. It might not open. I don't know. Oh, there you go. You hate light mode? Get rid of it. Advanced settings. You want to be minty? Let's be minty. Minty. You even download like themes and stuff. You have more customization options over here. It's not the most customizable thing in the world, but you can tinker with it and probably get some things going. It's it's a friendly guy. I know I didn't probably show it off the best I could have, but like it's simple. It's simple to use. And we're still in your flash drive, by the way. Like you can just try things out, see how you like it. You can even if you do like it and you want to be like, okay, let's give it a try. Mobile Suit OS team, you can probably do that. I don't know about on Mint, but maybe on some of the more customizable desktop environments like KDE. KDE is also Windows like, it's just more flexible and more customizable. It's like crazy customizable. So you'd come here to the install if you want to install it, right? Pick your whatever, your language. If you don't want English, don't be English. It's fine. English sucks. Install multimedia codecs. Yeah, you're probably gonna want those. Those sound kind of useful. And then the next page should be like the what's it called? What's it called when you like shrink and organize partitions? Partitions. That's what I'm looking for. So you have the option of erase everything and install Linux Mint, or you can manually partition yourself. Or I think if you're like on an actual machine and not on a VM, there's another option that's like install alongside Windows, which will let you shrink Windows and then put Mint in there. And then whenever you boot up your computer, you remember how at the start I had that splash screen that was like load Linux Mint and a few other options? Windows will be there too. You can choose between Mint and Windows. So maybe you want to manually partition, give Mint like 100. I said 100 GB, like everyone's got a terabyte drive. Maybe like 20 GB if you can't manage that much. Try it out for a little bit. And if you don't love it, just go back to Windows and I can help you figure out how to destroy Mint and get your disk space back. But yeah, and then you'd click install now and it would install. And then you could keep playing around in the live environment while it's installing. And then once it finishes, like, hey, do you want to reboot or do you want to keep playing in this? It's really quite simple. You don't have to jump through hoops to get an installer working and get Windows on your flash drive, or jump through hoops to update or get things, or fight Windows 11 for breaking everything every time it updates. Just grab this. Yeah, the Windows installer is miserable. Also, maybe you're looking at Mint and it's like this is clean, right? This is nice, but maybe it's a little too simple for me. There's plenty of other things. Or if you're really worried about your potato, there's MX Linux, which is like their main version. It's the XFCE one. It's meant to be pretty light on resources. Or maybe you just want to go with normal Ubuntu. I don't like normal Ubuntu because it has like the sidebar here and then all the apps are like in a grid. It kind of looks like a mobile screen to me. I don't jive with that. But you could do KUbuntu. I was working with that for a little bit. It's got KDE that I like. If you want to be crazy and use Arch, you can do that. But like that's a hell of a learning curve, and the Arch people are dweebs and elitists. But I mean, there's plenty of information online about how to do things in Arch, so like you'll find your way eventually. I'm using an Arch-based distro because I'm stupid, I think. But like Arch is super customizable. Like you can have as much or as little as you want. Your Arch can look like MS DOS if you want. Like this can be your operating system. No star bar, no nothing. You're just in here if you want it to be. Yeah, there's plenty out there. If you're curious, you can look around. The one I use is called Cashy OS. It's Arch based, like I said, but I mean, it's got all kinds of different versions. Like you can get one that's cinnamon like this. You can get one that's KDE, which is the one I'm using. Here, hang on. Let me. I'll be right back. All right, I keep talking about it, so I've got KUbuntu loading up, so I can just show KDE real quick. Since I'm a big fan. Try it. KUbuntu is really laggy in VirtualBox though. Yeah, I was shilling Arch a little bit. I do enjoy it. It's fun. Can we like? There we go. That's better, isn't it? So I'll give you this welcome screen. We don't need that for now. Oh my god, it's so laggy. You can see the frames on the mouse. Ugh, my smoothness. But let me show you. Let me show you. This is why I like KDE a lot. So you see, it's still got like the Windows style star bar, like still familiar territory. But it's just I find it so much more easier to customize. You come down to colors and themes, like you have global themes, but like you can just like forget it, man. Forget it. You want purple? Let's go purple. You want to look something different? Let's go dark. Apply that. Plasma style, you can change this. It changes like a few things, like the star bar and stuff. I haven't fully understood how this changes, but it does. Also, yeah, if you shake the mouse, it gets bigger. Window decorations. See, you don't like this? Boom. Now we look like windows. Familiar territory in it. Icons. There's these by default, but like you can pop open the store and get something new. Like we can get this one. Take a look at it. Boom. Apply that. Now everything's all neon and fancy looking. Cursors. You want to be gold? Be gold. You want something fun? You want you want Firefly? Cuz we got that. Now we have Firefly. You can do different system sounds if you want. I don't think I'm recording the audio for this, so I'm not going to play any of these. You can change the splash screen when you're loading out, like we just had that, but we can have something different. Wait, where is. Hold up. There we go. Application style. I just completely clicked over this. You want to look old school Windows? Boom. There we go. Actually, you know what? There's a whole theme about it. It's called reactionary. I've messed with it a little bit. I'm gonna let that download before I click the X button. In the meantime, big. Boom, you want to change the whole theme? Yeah, do everything. Apply. Welcome to Windows 9X, ladies and gentlemen. It looks a little silly with the purple. Hang on. Let's go blue. That's better. Hey, you may hate what Windows has become, but you still like what Windows was. And still, have nostalgia and appreciate it. Yeah, the old classic Windows look, pretty good. The way it's being run into the ground, nah, miss me with that. Anyway, this is why I like KDE a lot. It's probably not the nicest thing for a low end system, but I mean, you can customize it into the ground. What my favorite thing is, I don't think it's gonna work here. Oh man, I have this on my Linux. Hang on, wait. Get new. So you can get desktop effects for like windows that close. This is this is relevant. Let's go back. Dolls, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's gonna work, but you can have windows. No, it doesn't work. They're supposed to like come in and then like melt in and then melt away like the Doom thing. It works on my Linux installation, but it's probably just messing up here. It's pretty funny. So like you would close this and then it would just melt away. It's pretty good. That's why I like KDE. But like Mint is simple. And I think that's about it. It's easy stuff. Give it a try. You don't even have to commit to it. You just play around with it in your USB.